This is the second video of a 3-video series on exploiting Mutillidae with sqlmap. In the previous video, we covered the introduction and installing Docker. In this video, we'll focus on running Mutillidae. The creator of Mutillidae created a Git repository to help run Mutillidae as a series of containers. I'm going to clone that repository. And now that that repository has been cloned, I will change directories to the directory it created, mutillidae-docker. And it's essentially, the repository provides a series of files that instructs the machine to run 5 different Docker containers that work in conjunction with each other to launch Mutillidae. I'll type docker compose up. Kali tells us that docker compose is not found, but can be installed with this command. And if we say yes here, it's going to run that command for us. I'll say OK to restarting the services. And now I'll try running docker compose up again. I'm getting a message here about my Kali installation. I'm going to go ahead and restart that. I'll restart the video in a moment. Now that I've rebooted, I will try that again. Docker compose up. Oh, I'm in the wrong directory. Mutillidae docker. Docker compose up. Now you'll see I got a number of error messages here, including this permission denied error. That's because this particular Docker command and many Docker commands requires sudo privileges in order to be able to use things like network services. So I will say sudo, well, actually, I would say sudo docker compose up, but another way I can do that is just to say sudo bang bang, 2 exclamation points basically means run the same command as before. In this case, I'm just running it with sudo privileges. Kali helpfully, before actually running the command, shows you what you will be running. So I'll hit enter. The password for the Kali user is Kali. Now this is going to take a while. The docker compose.yaml file in this repository launches 5 different containers: a Mutillidae web application, a MySQL database, an LDAP server, a PHP myadmin application, and a PHP LDAP admin application. Since this is the first time we're running this command, it has to download all the container images. This could take a while even if you have a fast internet connection. This is where I would probably decide to check Twitter and then completely forget about what I was working on in the first place. It would be a good time to make a cup of coffee instead. I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'll start it up again once all the downloads are complete. At this point, it looks like all of the container images have been downloaded, all of the containers have been launched. So now I'm going to open up a web browser, and I'm going to navigate to localhost. The first time you run Mutillidae, you'll need to initialize the database. So you'll get a screen that looks like this. The database appears to be offline, and we can just click the Click Here link to initialize the database. No errors were found. It should now redirect us to the Mutillidae homepage. And here's Mutillidae. So let's try out a simple SQL injection exploit. I'm going to go to the OWASP 2017 menu, A1 Injection SQL, SQL Injection Extract Data, and User Info SQL. The first thing I'll do on this screen is you'll see there's a message here that says, "Don't have an account? Please register here." So I'll click that, and I'll create an account called username Kali, password Kali, password Kali, signature Kali. Or maybe I'll make the signature just looking around. And I'll create an account. So now that I've created an account, let me go back to that same page again, the user info page, and I'll enter those credentials. So this is what the form would normally do. Username Kali, password Kali, and when I click View Account Details, it shows me one record, the record for the user whose credentials I just entered. So I see the username, I see the password, and I see that signature line. Now let's try something a little different. Instead of the username Kali, I'm going to type a single quote, space, or space, 1 = 1, semicolon, space, dash, dash, space. The back-end code is expecting a simple string, a username. If this form has no SQL injection protections, the single quote is going to terminate the username string and insert or inject MySQL code or 1 = 1. The semicolon will then terminate the SQL statement, and the space dash dash space is a MySQL comment, and any SQL following that in the backend code will be ignored. So I'm not even going to enter a password here. I'm just going to click View Account Details. And if I scroll down, we're now seeing the username and password of every user in the applications database. Next, we'll exploit the same vulnerability using sqlmap, and we'll see just how powerful sqlmap's capabilities are. One thing I should note is that you can shut down Mutillidae by pressing Control-C here in the terminal window. It will stop each one of the container services. And if we want to start that up again, we can just say sudo docker compose up. This won't take as long because we've already downloaded all of the container images. It's already up and running again. So now that we have Mutillidae up and running, we'll explore using sqlmap against it in the next video. Thanks for watching.